Hello, everybody, and welcome to the CrossGen podcast. Um, we're back again. We are going to be We're doing a freestyle episode today. So today
Freestyle.
we're
What?
gonna change it up just a little bit.
What?
But before we start, I'm Walt, and I'm joined by my two fantastic hosts and sons, AJ and Eli. Guys, say what's up.
Goodbye. Or
Hello.
what's down?
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. And before we continue to start, let's get some maintenance out of the way. Please remember to rate, review, and subscribe to the CrossGen podcast. We are on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and pretty much every podcast app that you can think of.
We are.
We are. And also, please make sure to look us up on YouTube because we have two channels up. If you go and look for the CrossGen podcast, you'll find the main page. But that's kind of split it into two channels. One, which hosts our podcast, which is called the CrossGen podcast.
CrossGen.
And we also have a gaming channel
Whoa.
called CrossGen Play.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Yep. So right now, we have a bunch of videos up. We've been
We do.
streaming Elden Ring a lot.
Yes, we
although
have.
I just finished up the last of my part of Elden Ring. I've beaten the game.
And I've moved on to Bloodborne.
Yes, you have. AJ still has his informal gaming series that he's doing. I think he's also going to mix it up with some other stuff too.
Yeah.
So definitely check it out. Please remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and hit that little bell, which is the notification button, which lets you know when a new video comes out.
Hit the bell.
And on that note, let's get started.
Let's get started.
Freestyle, folks.
Freestyle. Yes, indeed.
What do you guys want to talk about?
I don't know. What are we going to talk about?
Let's talk about how Gore was not as serious as he should have been.
Let's talk about
about
how
that?
Gore was pretty serious, although
He
he
was
did
not
crack a
that
little- he
serious.
cracked a few.
It's not that serious.
He was a little bit light. Okay.
For someone called
We're
the
jumping.
God
we're
Butcher.
jumping- Okay. Let's hold on. Let's backtrack.
It is
whatever.
Saturday. What's today? July 9th.
It
And
is.
we just finished watching Thor Love and Thunder.
Happy belated July 4th. Oh, no.
Yes.
Okay.
It works.
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. It's just the first thing.
I like that. Happy July the 4th.
I guess. Although it's
4th
gonna
of
be
July.
like, yeah.
Whatever.
I'm sorry. Was that random?
Hello. Hello.
It's just a couple of days late. But that's okay. So we went to go see Thor Love and Thunder. We were actually pretty excited to watch it, right?
Yes.
When we came out, we were not as excited as we were when we came in.
Unfortunately, no.
But
We were
it was
not.
still a pretty good movie, right? But I think the biggest point of contention that AJ is going to bring up right now is that Gore the God Butcher, which is a character, which is the nemesis of Thor Love and Thunder. And by the way, before we go, spoiler alert, we're going to bring the spoiler alert curtain down because we are fully going to talk about Thor Love and Thunder without any what's the word I'm looking for?
Barriers.
Any barriers. Yeah, we're just going to go straight
No
for it.
holds barred.
No holds barred. Gore is the main protagonist
What?
the antagonist of the movie,
Yeah.
right? Yes, I know. Whatever.
Mistake.
Moving on. And AJ feels like he wasn't all that he was built to be, right?
It's just, look, not even just, like, I get you can't rely on the trailers, but the trailers are supposed to give you an idea of the feel of the film. And I get that this is Taika Waititi's style. This is how Thor has been going since Ragnarok. But, like, you kind of made it out to be that Gore the God Butcher wasn't going to be a smiley, diley, jokery type character. Like, when you look at him in the trailers, he's talking like this, kind of like he's Batman, like he's broody, and like totally not a ray of sunshine. And then half the scenes he's in, it's almost like he's a ray of sunshine, even though he has one of the most depressing villain backstories in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
true.
know.
Well, his backstory is pretty sad. Um, Eli, what do you think about that?
Me personally, I think that's such an exaggeration. He was
Oh,
not lighthearted in every scene. He taunted them, sure, but in most of the scenes he was in, he was very serious. He did have the Batman voice, that's for sure.
Ugh.
Yeah, he did have the Christian Bale Batman voice. Um, and for the most part, he I think he played his role well. He did a good villain. Sure, it was a little bit cookie cutter, but to be fair, he was only lighthearted in like one two scenes. There were some most of the scenes he was very serious.
serious, but not intense. I was expecting intense, expecting. I don't feel like he was as intense as he was pitched to be.
Well, I don't really necessarily know that they pitched him to be
Yeah,
intense because we really didn't see much of him in some of the trailers, right? Like a lot of the trailers were just kind of like
him
a
just
shot
standing
a
there.
shot of him
Yeah,
every once in a while. Now, I'm gonna cut right down the middle between the two of you because while I do think that Christian Bale, first of all, Christian Bale's performance was amazing in the
Oh
movie.
no, no doubt about
amazing.
I
that. No
thought,
doubt about that.
I
No
thought,
complaints there.
yeah, I thought with concerning, everybody that was there, he was probably leaps and bounds the best actor on the screen at any point in time, right?
Definitely.
Um, and this movie did something that really hasn't been done in any of the Marvel movies. It opened with a cold opening,
Hmm.
which was kind of surprising because usually we get the Marvel logo and it kind of bleeds into the movie and stuff. This one first decided to go, let's tell Gore's backstory first, and then we'll get into the logos and the title of the film, right? Which is not usually what Marvel Studios does with their films, right?
No, no, you're not very usually. No.
And again, his beginning story is tragic. But in the scenes where we see him interacting with other gods and scenes, he's not intense, but he's very serious,
He's
right?
serious, but he's
There's
in
not.
yeah.
I don't think he has the intensity that you're looking for, right? Where it's like, right?
Like I
Um,
was expecting a very, again, not to pigeonhole this all into one villain, but at least from the way he looked, I was expecting a Darth Vader like character.
yeah,
That was clearly not what we got.
no, because I think he's more of a human character than Darth Vader would be.
He's like one of those
Um,
crazy. You want to know what he reminded me of? Like one of those crazy characters from like a Soulsborne game. That's the sort of vibe that I got when I first saw him.
well, he's literally a religious fanatic
Yeah,
that you know he had the opportunity to meet the God that he was crazy over, and he realized how disappointing that was when the God clearly had no caring in the world for either him or anybody that worshipped him. Basically they were just peons to kind of massage that God's ego, right?
mm.
um and the two I guess the two scenes that you had issues with was the one with where he reveals himself to the children in the cage, right? And then
Yes.
the the scene not too long afterwards where Mighty Thor, and Valkyrie show up at the place where he's at. What is it? The Shadow Realm.
Yeah, and
Uh,
it's like he has this tent thingy there.
yeah, which was weird, right? Seeing tents in the shadow realm. I, I don't know. It just seemed
It
very.
was weird.
It seemed very
Out of place.
Lollapalooza type thing.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But I think in those two, I think when he's talking to the kids, it kind of makes sense that he's kind of like um being almost skirting down to their level, like a childish,
Yeah.
type of thing. And in the other scene, this was my feeling anyway. It almost felt like he was taunting them. Like he knew that he had them, and they're talking smack and all that stuff, and he's like, I'm about to kill you in a couple of seconds. Let me just enjoy this.
Yeah.
That's kind of the sense that I got from that scene. So, but I can see where you're saying, he's kind of aloof, and because it did feel kind of weird that he's been kind of this brooding character all along, and then all of a sudden, he's like, "Ha ha, I'm about to kill you. You suck," and all that other stuff. So,
Yeah.
I think that's where you're coming from, and I can see where you're critical about that. But like I said, I think it was more of like he's been doing this for so long. He's been killing gods, and he got cocky in the moment, and he's like, I'm about to kill you. You're talking smack, and all this stuff. Let me shoot some back at you. You know.
Me personally, I really like the villain. Like this is it's a little bit different, and that's the reason why I like it. Even though it sort of follows the same cookie cutter structure, to me it feels like it's a little bit of a different villain that you're working with here because he sort of uh keeps his humanity with him, and that sort of goes to his ego. I like how he has like that sort of like, you know, ego. He'll taunt the protagonist, and it kind of gives me like this crazy maniac, unpredictable sort of feeling when it comes to this villain, and that's why I really like this villain. So I don't think it was necessarily ever gonna be like an intense brooding sort of character or whatever, even though that's
I
sort of
think
what they portrayed it to be.
and
The trailer they really did. That's
I
all
know
I'm
AJ,
saying.
but AJ, let me throw this at you.
I
And
know trailers are not.
no, 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 it's not even that because you're right. Trailers are meant to deceive, right?
Hmm.
Especially with
Yeah.
Marvel. Marvel has a really good history of throwing stuff on the trailer that either they've erased stuff or just don't even put in the movie, right? But let me throw this at you. We know this is a Taika Waititi movie, right?
Okay.
We know the type of style that Taika Waititi does, right?
Yeah.
Would it make how would it feel in terms of the flow of the film where everything is kind of light comedic, and then you have the one character who's like
That's
one note the entire way,
It's a
you know
contrast.
but
it
wouldn't
can
it
be a
wouldn't it be like
contrast.
too stark of a contrast in terms like
No, I
in
think
terms of
here's
Watiti's
what I
style?
think. I think you could have pulled off something similar to what they did in Shazam, where the dude took himself massively seriously and he acted like a full blown supervillain. But then you could have like Thor, or in that case it was Shazam, do the stupid stuff like when
No,
he's
that is
when
true.
he's doing the monologue and he's so serious, he's gonna end the world. What? I can't hear you. You're like all the way over there. Like, do that stuff.
I
Like,
mean,
I mean, sure,
Yeah.
then it's just a sort of rip off of Shazam, but if you're saying it can't be done, it can be done. Shazam did it.
No, that's true. I don't know if Taika could do that. Taika is
I
so
think.
so out there with his stuff that I don't think he could do anything serious.
I
you know
mean, I don't know about that, but yeah.
Listen, he asked Natalie Portman because Taika Waititi is going to do a Star Wars movie, right?
Oh God.
Really?
Did
Oh
you hear about that?
God.
No.
Well, did you hear about what he did to Natalie Portman?
What?
So Natalie Portman is in Love and Thunder as the mighty Thor, right?
Yeah.
She comes back as Jane Foster, and Taika Waititi is obviously the director, and he's also portrays the character of Korg in the movie as well, right? So Taika Waititi has signed on with Lucasfilm, Disney, um, to make a Star Wars movie. So he went to Natalie Portman and says, "Hey, do you want to be in a Star Wars movie?" Princess
Yeah.
Amidala. She's like, dude, I've kind of been in three of them already.
Oh. Oh my
So
god.
Ooh.
Taika is a little out there. You know what I'm saying? Taika's a
It's
little crazy.
almost
Taika is
like
a
you
freaking
didn't
goat.
watch the prequels.
Taika is a freaking
That
goat.
might not be a good thing. You know, if you're doing a Star Wars
Oh
film,
no.
yeah,
That is not a good thing at
Well,
all.
to be fair though, he said his project is going to be something like super duper fresh. Like the thing you're always ragging on Star Wars for, like it's always the same people. It always goes back to this guy. No. Apparently his film is supposed to be like squeaky clean fresh in terms of like this is not something you've really seen before.
Oh god. I
At
don't
least
know if
those are
that's
his
bad. I still
words.
don't know if that's bad
Star
or
Wars
good.
Ragnarok.
Ew. Ew.
Imagine he takes Luke Skywalker and makes him loony.
Whoa.
Oh
Oh
my
god.
god.
Uh
That's
I don't know. I don't know. Well, anyway, um, so yeah, I mean, we're gonna have a difference in terms of gore. I thought he was okay, but I can definitely see where, you know, he could have been a little bit more serious. Overall, I thought the film was okay, right?
see, here's my thing. I felt like it was a good movie, but I'm kind of coming down off of the whole haha Thor's kind of just a joke on itself type thing. I'm getting a little tired of the Thor movies not taking themselves seriously.
Mm.
At least just me. Like it was still a good film. Thank you, Taika, but I don't know.
Like I said, I thought the second half of the film flowed better than the first half because the first half had too many Taika moments where he kind of grinds the story to a halt just to put like these, two character interactions where it's like, ha ha, let's tell some jokes.
Yeah.
And then let's go back to the story and then stop. Ha ha, let's tell some more jokes. So to me, I think there was too much of that in the first part of the movie. And I think and I'm not going to elaborate on this because I know we need to move on, but I think there was too much of the goats,
No,
especially
that
at the
was
end of the
that
movie.
was
Yeah, that was getting
amazing.
It was
extremely,
getting annoying to me.
yeah,
Like
extremely
I
annoying.
thought
Scream.
I think when they first introduced them, that was awesome. I
Yeah.
thought when they were flying the ship and they crashed into the planet, I thought that was awesome. But there's a point where they were using them a little too much.
Especially with the screaming. It was
Well,
just like every single second you would hear them.
exactly. Like the screams were awesome, but after a while, it's like, okay, we get it. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus
So,
Christ.
but the screams, I'm telling you, those goats were incredible.
Jesus Christ. It's freaking insane.
All right, so I think the consensus is for us on Thor: Love and Thunder that you're okay with it, but you're starting to lose the whole Thor is dumb thing. I'm okay with it. I'm kind of like getting with you. It's like, okay, we get that Thor is goofy, but can we tone it down just a little bit? And I think you liked it a lot, right,
Yeah.
AJ, Eli?
Yeah, I think there was a struggle of balance with comedy and like seriousness, but I
Hmm.
mean overall I think that it was enjoyable enough
Yes, I agree with
to
that.
say it was a good movie.
Yeah,
In my opinion.
yeah.
That's
I
just me.
I think it's not one of Marvel Studios' best,
Mm.
but it's definitely not one of Marvel Studios' worst. And it's a movie that, if it's on the TV, like on cable, I'll sit down and watch it again.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I'm just not gonna go out and say, "Oh, I've gotta go watch Love and Thunder again."
It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
That's just it.
Let's just put it this way to kind of close it out. Would you take this over Multiverse of
Oh
Madness?
hell yes!
Yeah,
Any day,
yeah.
yes. Multiverse of Madness was. Oh, it wasn't that bad, but
It's when you look
it's
at this,
struggling.
if you gave me a choice between Multiverse of Madness and Love and Thunder, I think I'm picking Love and
Yeah.
Thunder.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You know.
Any day.
All right. So while we're still on the subject of Marvel,
Marvel.
I'm gonna freestyle on some Marvel projects and
Freestyle.
maybe stuff coming up. Marvel Studios has confirmed that two characters are returning to the Echo series coming up. Two characters,
Echo.
yeah, Echo. So do you remember? Oh, okay, so the Hawkeye series featured
Oh.
a brand new character to the MCU, Echo, right? She was the assassin, and her uncle was somebody pretty important in the
Oh
Marvel
yeah,
universe,
her.
right?
Yeah.
So she was the one. She's
The
the
mute
mute. Yeah,
person.
she's like an assassin and
Yeah.
stuff, right? So she's getting her own series.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa.
Marvel has just confirmed that not only will Kingpin be in the series,
Whoa.
but we get a return of Matt Murdock to
Whoa.
the TV screen. He is
Whoa.
confirmed to be in the Echo series.
Whoa.
So we've seen him
I
before.
mean, that makes
Yes,
sense.
I think it does.
Why you look disappointed?
I was kind of hoping for the show to come
Oh.
back first.
Yeah. You know, I agree with that.
Well, how about if you see it in this vein that this could be the backdoor pilot or the reintroduction of Matt Murdock
But you see,
into
that's
the Disney universe, right?
that's what I'm also worried about, because this is also their time to go, oh, remember the gritty Daredevil that you liked? Guess what? That's not him anymore.
I
And
don't
that's what
know.
I'm most afraid of right now.
Well, I think he's still gonna be gritty.
Yeah, I think so too.
They're not gonna change. They're not gonna flat out change his character. Not like that.
And I don't think the actor would have signed on if they were going to
Yeah.
dramatically change the way that he was portrayed, you
Mhm.
know. Um well, listen, it remains to be seen. We've seen Matt Murdock already in the MCU. He was part of Spider-Man Far
Spider-Man.
From Home, right?
Yeah,
He
Wait,
had
No Way Home or Far From Home?
Far From Home.
No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because No
because
Way
Far
Far
From
From
Home
Home
Home.
was
was the second one,
Mysterio.
right?
Yeah,
Okay,
No
yeah.
Way Home is where, all the multiverse stuff with
Multiverse.
Okay.
Doctor Strange
So
starts.
you had Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home.
Yes.
So he showed up in No Way Home for like
Yeah.
what,
2 seconds.
2 seconds?
Literally. Like
He
2
was literally
seconds.
there to help Peter Parker and stuff with
His
lawsuits or
legal
whatever. Right.
situation.
So we haven't actually
Situations.
seen Daredevil, but we have seen Matt Murdock as a character. But
Wait, what?
we are going to get him back. In
Oh
the
yeah.
Echo
Okay.
series,
Okay.
right? So I mean, what do you guys think about that? I mean, I know you're kind of apprehensive with the whole he's not going to be as gritty or dark as he was in the Netflix series, right?
Because when you say reintroduce, does he really need to be reintroduced? I don't know about that.
Well, there's some people who probably haven't watched the Daredevil show, so they
Oh,
need to
no,
bring
no,
him
no.
back.
Don't.
What?
I will guarantee you this. People saw the Daredevil show before they saw any of this other Disney Plus stuff.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, but
So
like
that
not as
doesn't need a reintroduction.
but not as much as any of the Marvel movies. The
More
Marvel,
people have Netflix than they do Disney Plus. Come on.
I'm talking about Marvel movies as a whole.
Okay, but that I don't think you're getting what I'm saying.
I know, but
Like,
most what I'm trying to say is like the fan base of Marvel, the whole entire Marvel Studios, not the Netflix Disney, Daredevil is probably gonna pour into Disney Plus, and sure, some of the Marvel fan base might have seen the Netflix
I'm
version.
banking on most, if not all, or a lot.
I mean, not. I mean, because the thing about it is Daredevil isn't as popular, isn't as big as the Marvel movies.
Okay, but let me put it to you this way: if you had to do a soft boot, a soft like launch for Disney Plus, it really started with properties like Daredevil and Punisher
I
and Luke
wouldn't.
Cage.
I think the reason why they did Disney Plus is for WandaVision and those shows because
Well, of course, yes, but in terms of whether it would work.
Because you have to think about it like this: the Marvel Studios has gotten so big to the point that a majority of the people that we, a majority of the people like just in general, a majority of the people watch these things. That so that includes most of the non fans of Marvel. So there are some people who probably haven't dig deep enough to get into the Netflix shows.
Well, I think you're gonna have two fan bases coming in.
Yeah,
You're gonna have the people
separate
who,
fan bases.
yeah, the people
I
who
Not the
don't know
know
same.
about
the
that.
character and follow Marvel Studios, right? And those guys will always watch it. And I think you're gonna have people who kind of discovered Daredevil on Netflix, just because of all the hype and whatnot, and became fans of Daredevil, but maybe weren't necessarily Marvel Studio fans. And
Mhm.
so maybe what this does is it brings those two fan bases together. Now,
Together.
probably the people that were fans of Daredevil solely from Netflix are probably a lot smaller than the pre-existing Marvel fans, right? I
I
think
think they're one and the same. I don't think those are two
That's
separate fan bases. I
there's a
don't think
trust
so.
me when I say there's a lot of people who like the Marvel Studios movies, and that what I'm trying to say is that includes like a large majority of probably the world at this point. And if we're banking on all like a large majority of the world being Marvel fans, I think that's a little bit of a reach, in my opinion. But besides the
so.
point.
Charlie Cox is playing Matt Murdock, and Vincent D'Onofrio is going to be the one that's reprising his role as Kingpin. Um, do you think that at some point in the show they're going to interact with each other? I think that's a given,
Yes,
right?
that has to happen.
Do
Such a
you
given.
think, and this is a question I want to throw out to you guys really quick, do you think that their interactions in any way, shape, or form make the Netflix shows canon? Because right now, as it stands, we know those characters are coming back, but we don't know if those shows are canon at this point. And they do vaguely reference a lot of the stuff that happened in the MCU, but they've never really been a part of the MCU. Period. So like refer to, the incident in New York, right? um, and stuff like that. But they won't. They talk about the big green guy, right? But they never fully fully reference the MCU in any specificity. So, do you think, given their interactions in the upcoming show, that they either make the Netflix shows canon, or do you think they just dismiss that out of hand completely?
That only exacerbates my fears even more. Like that's not reassuring if they're going to wave it away. And they have the potential to do that. That I'm not totally on board for. No.
Okay. What about you?
I think they're gonna combine them because it wouldn't make sense to just because then you're just restarting Daredevil and Kingpin, and that's not really that's a big investment considering now you have to go through Daredevil and Kingpin's story again, and all the progress that you have with their characters are just gone. So it wouldn't really make sense on their part just to get rid of that. It has to be canon.
Okay.
There's no way.
Okay, I can agree with both of them, both of you guys. All right, and the last piece of Marvel news, and this is going to be really quick because there's really not much to this, but it's kind of interesting that this kind of popped up. Um, I want to say at the beginning of July, some news reports came out that a certain actor, and we know him, Taron Egerton. So we know him from the Kingsman movies. He was Elton John, and
Oh yeah.
I
what
don't
was
think
that?
I
What was
ever
the name
saw
of that
those
movie?
movies.
I
Huh?
forgot the name of the Elton John movie that he was in.
I think it was like one of
The
his
Rocket Man.
Rocket
Rocket Man.
Man.
Yes, Rocket Man. So he took a meeting with Apple TV regarding a show that he's doing on Apple TV Plus, Blackbird, um, And it just so happened that Kevin Feige was there, and they did talk, and Taron expressed an interest in joining the MCU,
Oh, sick.
and Feige, my understanding is, well, we're trying to do something here. The long and short of it is that there was a meeting where he expressed his interest to play Wolverine.
Wait,
Now, it's not a yes, it's not a no, but there is a confirmed Marvel Studios meeting. He did come out and say, yes, I expressed my interest in Wolverine. Wolverine would be a great character to play. He's kind of been bandied around before as, a guy that could possibly
could
play
possibly,
Wolverine.
yeah.
But this is kind of like the closest we've gotten to an actual, not not a casting call, but this is about as close as we gotten. A, talking about X-Men and casting, and B, actually having a character say, yeah, well, I talked to Kevin Feige about Wolverine. Any thoughts?
Um, I'm
Yo,
a
that
So
was
little
let me ask you a question. Do you know who
speechless.
Taron Egerton is? Have
Well,
you?
after you said Kingsman, I just know him from those
yeah.
trailers. I've never actually seen those movies.
Okay, but you know who he is, though, right?
Yeah, he's the younger kid.
Yes.
Yeah. Um, I honestly don't know enough about him to know whether he can do Wolverine or not.
Honestly,
So I'm gonna have to rely on you two really for is this a good choice?
hmm,
Because I personally just don't know.
I mean, honestly, I could see him sort of play Wolverine. The only thing is, in my opinion, I think he looks too young for the
Yeah, see,
Wolverine
that's
role.
that's
There
what
you go.
I'm on the
Yeah,
fence
because
for.
I've seen that before, and it's like I think he looks somewhat young for the
He can
role.
pull off the look. He just looks a little too young, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, if you look at it, I believe, and I could be wrong with this, and there he is,
It's,
you know,
Okay.
it's not bad.
as
Could see. Yeah, I could see
um
Wolverine.
Yeah.
I
All
think he'd
right.
be he'd be roughly the same age that Hugh Jackman was when he first took on the role as Wolverine.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about those movies.
Yep.
I'm so used to like an older Wolverine and like X-Men Days of Future Past and like Apocalypse or whatever, but like I don't know. Okay,
And
I'd say yeah. You know what? I'll be fair and say he definitely looks like someone who could pull off the look and the character itself.
I think
Oh,
No,
that would be a
that's
casting right
just
there.
oh. Well, you can't.
Carl Urban
Damn.
as Wolverine.
yeah.
Okay, you got something there.
See, now with
Jesus
Carl Urban,
Christ.
however, it's kind of the reverse because Carl Urban is much older. He'd be probably on the side of where Hugh Jackman would be in the later movies like Logan and stuff. So now you're casting a much older Wolverine, and so I think the thinking here with Marvel Studios is they would want to cast an actor that they know would be in the part for the next 10 to 15 years.
Okay, all right, all
And
right,
and
that's
so
fair.
with Carl Urban, as great of an actor as he is, and you know what? He would fit the part awesomely.
Perfectly.
10, 15 years from now,
Yeah.
Okay, fine, fine.
we're getting Logan again. We're
All right,
getting past Logan,
all
and
right,
stuff.
okay.
So that's the only thing. But, again, stranger things have happened and stuff. So
That was a shot from Predators. What?
yeah,
Right.
future
What
Wolverine.
is that?
I don't know what that.
What does that have to do with what?
God.
The internet
Absolutely
people.
nothing.
I like how it's
You
as
know?
he said, stranger things can happen.
Yes, I know. You know.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh.
So
But I mean, I guess it could work.
All right, yeah.
I just
You
have
know
to
what?
see.
I will say yes.
all right. So we'll keep an eye on that. And like I said, he's been fan casted by numerous people as Wolverine previously. So this kind of, you know, is something that I think fans would be excited about.
Okay.
Right. All right. You got anything to freestyle on? Because I know we've got one thing that we all are going to go crazy about.
Two things.
Go
Real
ahead.
quick. Bloodborne is cool.
Yes. You've
Very
started your
cool.
stream on Bloodborne, right?
Yeah. Very interesting lore. Just check it out on Twitch. Wasteland by Brent Fayez. I looked at because I was looking at some of the albums that came out. It's fire. Check it out. It's really good. It's cool. Sick. Next.
All right. So let's wrap this up with something that I just found out about today. And you guys have known about this for quite a while.
Yeah.
Damn you for not telling me.
Sorry.
But 2 days ago, something came out to my surprise and to my shock and to my excitement, a fan film. Now, fan films, especially within the last decade or so, have really, really become good in terms of, quality and stuff like this. This particular one is being touted right now as the best fan film of its kind, considering the series that it's
From.
from, right?
Mhm.
And I'm talking
Inspired
about
by.
Legend, a Dragon Ball Tale, which dropped 2 days ago. And you can watch it on YouTube. And I gotta say, I hadn't heard about it before. I had no idea what it was about. We started watching it, and my jaw dropped because the quality of the animation. Now it is an animated fan film. It's about 11 minutes long, right?
Yeah.
And it's by a studio called. Give me 1 second because I want to give you guys.
Red Wolf or like Wolf Animations.
No, Studio Stray Dog.
Studio Stray Dog.
So Studio Stray Dog. Much props to that
It's an
animation studio. So it's got a very, very interesting animation style, right?
sick animation.
Sick animation, right?
Mm.
And it's about, like I said, it's about 11 minutes long, and Vegeta is the first character that you see, right?
King Vegeta.
Yeah, King Vegeta and Vegeta, they have an interaction, and then we go to a Budokai tournament where
Budokai.
Vegeta is fighting Chi Chi. I
What?
mean, I'm sorry, Goku is fighting Chi Chi, right?
Basically, if you don't know where on the Dragon Ball timeline this is literally when Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z, not GT, not Super, Dragon Ball is closing out. And the power levels alone there. Oh God.
Jesus Christ.
But somebody makes a surprising appearance.
Yeah, and that's why I thought this was just going to be an absolute slaughter, because like that was the dude that shows up during that time period. That is a that is a sad slaughter.
The dude that we're referring to is my favorite all-time Dragon Ball character. That's the original legendary Super Saiyan,
Broly.
the one that was scarred for life because Goku cried in his crib.
Oh, yeah.
He shows up, and the weird thing is that at first I didn't recognize who it was until he said that one word.
You didn't even
Yeah,
see
you didn't see
the
the.
thing that gave it away was the
Well,
I
what about like
wasn't-
the green energy blast?
Yeah, but
not
I
even that. Like
wasn't even-
before that, it was just you could very clearly
Yeah,
see
I know,
the
you could see
gauntlets and the shoes.
I
Yeah,
wasn't even focused on that because I was first of all I was just shocked at the quality of the animation, right?
yeah.
So I was still trying to sink that in, and it didn't dawn on me because the character shows up in like a Jedi shroud, a Jedi robe, right, with the hood all over him, so you don't know who it
To
is,
be fair, that is a
you
little
know.
bit out of Broly's element, in my opinion, with
Yeah,
the
like
cape.
I wouldn't think that he would hide like that, right?
Yeah.
So that's not where my mind went until he said the word.
Kakarot.
And I'm like, no, they can't be doing that.
They did.
They did, yes.
And then Vegeta shows up because he totally wipes out Goku, right?
Yeah.
That
They
one shot.
finally made Vegeta a badass. Finally.
And
Thank you.
that was the thing that I was thinking when I was watching this. This was redemption from the first Broly movie because I hate to say it for all you Vegeta fans out there, the first Broly movie did not
Got
do
punked
Vegeta.
so
You know that
bad.
Black Air Force video? He got like kicked out of the Black Air Force round table.
Yeah, I've never seen that, but that sounds funny.
Yeah, the first Broly movie did not do Vegeta justice.
Yeah.
He was literally taking his Super Saiyan tail between his legs because he was just a shriveling, spineless Super Saiyan king.
Yeah.
He didn't show any backbone, to be honest.
And
You
that's
know,
the other thing that's pretty amazing too. He takes on Broly by himself for a good while in just Super Saiyan.
I know. It's crazy.
yeah, that's
It's
true.
crazy.
So,
Crazy.
but but again, the animation is fantastic. Broly, his change from just regular Broly to Super Saiyan was wow. That was awesome.
It's like the Hulk.
Yeah,
Is really what it was.
but I think the thing that really just blew my mind away was when Goku finally wakes up,
Of
right? And yeah,
course, it had to
I
be.
had the
It
same
had to be
reaction like you.
Goku. Like
Like, what was your reaction?
it was just like what happened to Vegeta? Like he was doing so well for a second.
And you always have to run it back to Goku, right?
Yeah.
I felt the same way. But I got to tell you, that
And
transformation,
of course, he gets a new transformation.
Actually, well, yeah, okay, it's new.
but that transformation was wild, right?
I'd say that's totally not a Saiyan transformation in my opinion, because you know that Goku, that character, is inspired by the mythological figure Sun Wukong, right?
Mm.
I think that was a
Monkey King.
callback
Monkey King,
to
yeah.
that, like Goku's mythological roots. Like that to me
He wasn't
was
even moving like
a
that, right?
clear break
Yeah.
from like being a Saiyan and being like a true Earthling, flat out.
Didn't you get like I don't know, I don't know if you guys got this, but like for like a split second, I got like a Ghost Rider vibe from him.
Just a little.
Yeah, because he had the
Just a
flaming
little.
head. I thought that was too much, a little bit too
That was
much, but
crazy.
it was cool, I guess.
Yeah, his whole it's not just his body. His head just went like in flames and stuff, And he was even moving much like a monkey, right? When he was running toward Broly. So
Yep.
again, back to the Monkey King of Journey to the West.
Journey to the West.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
right.
that was
Yeah.
Um,
Mon-
the
Monkey King.
fight scenes were great.
Just
It
they
was.
were. They
It was
were
really
so great.
awesome. Go check it out, please. See for yourself.
And-
And
But
the final move,
Okay, now that one I
Oh,
gotta
wait,
say
wait.
I did. I'm not gonna say I cringed, but like
cringe.
I just wish it was Vegeta doing like Gallic Gun. Why did he have to do Kamehameha? That's Goku's move.
Why? Oh, this is Goku supremacy at its finest.
Yeah, exactly. That's see
Yeah,
that,
well, he did do the final flash.
and it completely like Broly said nope.
Oh my
So
God.
Like it
again,
was gonna. I mean, to be fair, if he actually did get that off in its full supremacy, he would have torn
Probably.
half the planet apart.
Yeah.
Like that ring went all the way around them. He would have taken out half the ring and probably a lot of other people too.
Yeah.
you know what was surprising? Goku channeling his energy into a sword and
That was
actually,
Vegeta.
Vegeta.
oh
But of
Vegeta,
course,
yeah, yeah,
Vegeta,
Vegeta.
the
I'm sorry.
goat, the goat. Don't
And
get that
then
wrong. Never
cutting
again.
off Broly's arm.
Vegeta, the freaking goat. Nobody could do it. Nobody,
That
nobody,
was crazy
nobody
though.
could do it except for Vegeta. Let's get
Well, I
that
mean,
straight right here.
Zamasu also does it. So does
Nope, not even
Sauza.
Zamasu. Only Vegeta, because he is the real goat.
He
He's the goat.
literally cut off his right hand, right? Was it
Right
his
Yes,
arm,
this
right
is
arm?
right.
arm.
No, it, like there.
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
forearm. You know what I'm saying? Um, and then they hit that final move.
I mean, when it kind of fused together and kind of reminded me of Dragon Fist, I was okay with it. But like, come on, it should have been Vegeta's move and then Goku's move, not both Goku's move. Like,
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, you could have done that in tandem. Like
What
we have
happens
the
like
thing over there, right?
Gallic Kamehameha.
if Vegeta did Dragon Fist
They already did that in Super Dragon Ball Heroes, and I
And
found that corny.
Goku did Gallic Gun?
That's no.
That's,
That's
literally
awesome.
that right there. We have the figure. Well,
Well, that's Goku and Vegeta doing Kamehameha, final Kamehameha in the Broly movie.
Oh,
No, it was Gallic.
yeah.
Oh, final. Wait,
Because remember, he says Gallic, and then he says
Gallic
Kamehameha,
Kamehameha.
and then he says,
So Gallic Kamehameha.
yeah.
Kamehameha.
I would have liked that better.
Kamehameha
opposed to-
gun.
Yo. And we've ground to a halt.
Oh God. I don't know what just came over me.
I'll
Just
do
went
you.
over me.
I'll do you one better. Final gun.
Oh,
What the hell?
I'll do you one better. Gallic Ha.
Right? That doesn't even make sense at this point. What the hell?
The Gallic Ha.
Oh.
Anyway.
Gallic Ha.
So, you know,
It sounds like some stupid magician's movie.
yeah. So
Gallic
it
Ha.
basically ends with Vegeta remembering who Chi-Chi is because Chi-Chi during the fight
You're
says,
confusing Goku and
I mean,
Vegeta
Goku, I'm
a
sorry.
lot.
I'm having such because you know what? I'm excited that Vegeta got his due in this film. Right? You know what I'm saying? Finally. But
That's
even
right.
then, at the end, they still took it away from him.
Yeah.
You know, so it's I want to be excited for Vegeta because Vegeta, like I said, especially with the Broly, that first Broly movie, he was not,
Horrible.
yeah, like
Did not show up.
he was literally crying and scared that oh my gosh, he's gonna kill us all. You know what I'm saying? They really didn't
His
paint him in a
Black
good
Air
light in
Force
that first movie. You know,
license.
so I'm kind of happy that they gave him some props, but then at the end of it, they kind of took it away in a sense because again, it became
Yeah.
all about Goku,
Goku.
right?
Goku.
But afterwards, Goku then goes over to Chi-Chi because it seems like he had lost his memory, and then all of a sudden, you know, she was like, "Well, I'm mad because you were supposed to marry me." He was like, "Wait, what?" And then at the end, he was like, "Oh, now I remember." You
Yeah,
know?
because they just had to hit him over the head.
Exactly.
That's
And
all they needed.
You know what's weird? Like even Vegeta said Kakarot, and he was like, "Don't call me by that. Don't call me that name anymore, or whatever." He said, "Don't call me that." And it's like Goku finally regained his memory. Finally.
That kind of destroys the whole Sun Wukong thing a little. Damn.
Yeah.
At least he's
Well, this is
stupid anymore.
it's clearly a retcon to the Dragon Ball Super movie where he's like, "Oh yeah, and you can call me Kakarot."
Kakarot.
You know. But they do end it with kind of like a after credits cliffhanger. So I'm hoping, and I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. If you guys want to find out what that cliffhanger is, watch
Check
the
it
damn
out.
fan film. It's only
Well,
11
there's-
minutes long.
There's
Right?
actually multiple cliffhangers, to be
Hmm?
honest. There are multiple cliffhangers.
Yeah, I know. But like, I guess the point is that it gives me hope that we might get a second one.
That would be the hope, but let me just remind you that
It took a long time.
this has been years in the making. And when I say years, I
Years.
mean every now and again, clips of that would show up on Instagram. years.
Okay. Well, listen. Let's hope that now that it's out and it's getting, the really positive reaction,
Yeah,
that maybe they get a little bit more funding, because
Yeah,
I do believe that it's a very, very small studio that did this, right?
probably.
Yeah.
Most likely.
So, with more exposure, maybe they get more funding, which means maybe the turnaround for the next film will be a little bit quicker. So
Yeah.
let's hope, right?
that will be a treat.
That would indeed.
All right. So I think we're going to wrap it up for this week's episode. Is there anything else you guys got?
I'll just say this: Gohan Black, meh.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else. Gohan Black. Wait, you said meh?
Yeah.
Finally,
Look,
finally,
I'm glad that
finally.
Gohan as a character is getting all the love, even in his alternate
No,
versions now.
no,
But
he should not be
I
getting all the
don't
love.
know. This was kind of the thing
He does
that
not deserve any love.
kind of, yeah, he does.
No, he should renounce his Saiyan blood. He's not a Saiyan.
Yeah, the
No,
media lately has proven you wrong. Anyway,
Oh, one
talking
other
about.
thing. Since we were watching Thor: Love and Thunder, we saw the official poster for Dragon Ball Superhero, the dub version coming to the States August 19th.
I
it
saw bits
has
and
its
pieces.
own poster in theaters.
I saw bits and pieces of the not sub, the Japanese version
Japanese.
without
Yeah,
the
that's the sub.
subtitles.
Mhm.
Without the subtitles.
Yep, it's still
But
Good? Not good?
yeah, it's great. You gotta see it.
All right.
There
Well,
are some major things.
we will be there August 19th.
August 19th. Wait, August 19th?
Dude, that's like a month
Yeah.
away.
Wait, a month away?
Yep.
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 Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa, that's sick.
So we're gonna be there. We'll tell you guys how good it is. Guess what? Go watch it anyway.
Yeah,
It's
Do
freaking
it.
Dragon Ball.
it's good.
You better.
All right. On that note, we're going to call it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the CrossGen podcast. Remember, check us out on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts, and definitely check out our ugly mugs on YouTube. So, guys,
Do it.
later.
Later.
Hasta la vista, baby.
I'm going to usurp the episode and say, may our Vegeta's energy blades cross again.
That doesn't make any sense.
I have done the outro this time.
Wait.
The multiverse has begun.
Oh my God. Wait a second. I just wanted to bring this up.
Okay.
I saw a Thor Old Spice commercial.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like in the movie and outside of the movie.
oh wow,
Really?
outside
Yeah,
of the
they're doing
movie?
Old Spice commercials.
Oh,
I think they're making a Thor
God.
Old Spice.
Yeah.
It's happening. It's happening.
God,
Let's go.
no.
That's amazing.
All right. Later, people.